everyone, on today's episode of Hubris Syndrome, we're talking about part 1 of Easy Allies E3 Syndrome. Strap in, buckle up, and get hyped. E3 starts right now. Hello everyone, and welcome to the E3 Hubris Syndrome extravaganza. This is part 1 of a 3 or even 4-part series. Part 1 is not about me. It's not about you. It's about the 8 other allies. Starting with GIANHINK. Because then part 2 is going to be me. And last, part 3, going into E3, is all of the viewers out there giving me their E3 hype. But I wanted to start this off, kickstart this off with my 8 other allies. GIANHINK, give me one game, announced or unannounced, at E3 that has you pumped.
I mean, Bloodborne 2, obviously.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see from it? Where do you stand with Bloodborne? Just give me some.
I want to see it at all.
Yeah.
I would love it if it came out this year. That would blow my mind. I'd be surprised. I definitely think that we're gonna see something from Software. I don't think it'll be Dark Souls. Maybe it could be a Demon Souls, but I doubt it. Bloodborne 2 seems likely to me. Maybe an Armored Core. Part of me wants to say a Kingsfield thing too.
Whoa,
might happen.
Bold.
I don't know. I feel for some reason I feel like they might do that. But Bloodborne 2 is my hope.
Your hopes and dreams.
Because Bloodborne's my favorite.
Yeah, you are not fatigued at all in the least with the amount of Soulsborns that have come out in the last few years. You're ready, itching, ready to go?
I'm a little fatigued, honestly, on Souls, but not Bloodborne.
Okay.
Like, Bloodborne to me, see, Dark Souls 3 was I loved it, obviously, but after Bloodborne, I was like, okay, Bloodborne is still my favorite child, you know? So, another Bloodborne would just be a dream come true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be, just really quickly, what do you want to see from a Bloodborne 2 if it gets announced?
Oh, man. I mean, obviously, the normal stuff, more weapons, more locations, more of that kind of stuff. But I would like it to pick up after the first one.
Whoa.
Maybe even, like, not directly after, but within a lifetime after. With the canon, 3 umbilical cords ending having taken place.
Yeah.
I won't say what that means really, but and then that would factor into maybe the ending of the game
of like what the world is at that point.
Yeah,
post Bloodborne 1.
Yeah, and like what you have to confront. I think that would be really cool. I would like to see. I mean, I'm a big Lovecraft, like cosmic horror fan in general, so I really liked how they did the kind of frenzy, like madness mechanics. And I think it would be interesting to see a little more play with that, with like going insane, maybe like your brain kind of breaking because you're confronting these things. Yes. I don't know what that would be, but I trust From Software to be cool about it.
Bloodborne 2. Brad Ellis.
Yo.
Sup?
What up?
E3's coming. Yeah, give me some of that. Give me some of that E3 too sweet.
Yeah, baby.
E3 coming, announced or unannounced games, but you know what I love doing? You know what I love doing, Brad?
What?
Especially to you?
What?
Catching you off guard, putting restrictions on you. Right now on the spot, you're not allowed to say Final Fantasy VII or Kingdom Hearts 3.
Good, because I wasn't going to anyway.
Ooh!
I was going to throw you for a curveball, already expected. Dream's already coming true on that front, for we're making a new dream. Ready for this, Hubert?
I'm not ready.
Tenchu reboot From Software. Let's go, dude. The real deal, man.
Yes.
Coming out of nowhere. I want Rikimaru back.
Dude, yes.
Lurking in the shadows, stabbing dudes.
Yes.
Think about the open world that they can create now with this day of tech. Going through like the castle or something like that, dude. Think how brutal it'll be with From Software and direct. And if Miyazaki's directing this, dude, whew.
That is a dream come true.
Yeah.
Everyone always talks about From Software Castlevania, but a From Software Tenchu game.
Yeah.
I can always remember coming to your house, Brad, and you were always big on Tenchu.
How can he not be?
I remember coming to your house and you would be a ninja on a roof stalking people.
The dream. It's the dream.
If Tenchu gets announced, how do you want it to be done? What do you want to see?
What I would want to see, well, I'd obviously want Miyazaki to direct it, obviously. Dream scenario.
Yeah.
Who? Oh, man. Dude, I'm getting to the point now where I would even just be cool waiting for PS5 for this thing or the next Xbox.
So if someone came out and was just like, hey, we're working on it,
Yeah.
that's it.
I would be like,
yeah.
great, that's all I need. That's like you with Shenmue 3. Like, it's coming.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me right now. If it's coming, oh my God.
Don.
Howdy.
What's up, Don?
Not much. Excited.
Had you in front of the camera a couple times now. Feels good.
Feels good to be back.
E3's coming, Don. Let's hear
Can't wait.
one game that you're hoping to see.
Here it is. One game. This is an unannounced game, Huber. Now, I've made many predictions, I should say many mispredictions in the past for E3 games that I've been hoping for. And this is a recurring one, okay? But I thought about skipping it this year, but I can't. The desire's too great. It's back again. I predicted it for the Wii. It didn't come true. I predicted it for the Wii U. It didn't come true. It will be announced at E3. That game is the new... Actually, let me preface this with one thing. Last fall... Nintendo ruffled a lot of feathers, got a lot of people on the internet very excited when they trademarked Wave Race, okay? Yes. Now, I know I'm not the only one on planet Earth excited for this game. Yes. Lots of other people are excited, okay? This is what I want to see from it, Huber. If you've ever ridden a jet ski in real life...
2 times only.
So you know what I'm talking about then, when you don't need to necessarily go over big swells or waves like in Wave Race, just little, any swells, any cut on the water, you feel an incredible amount of vibration in your hands, something that might be able to be replicated by the HD Rumble.
The Joy-Cons!
Maybe we'll be able to see the true potential of this HD Rumble, okay, on the Joy-Cons. However, I don't want them to have it like loose Joy-Cons like they did with the Wave Race minigame in Wii Sports U, where you had the disconnected, you know, the nunchucks, and you had to steer like that, and it was goofy. I want Nintendo, they love this, to release a new peripheral just for Wave Race, an angled Joy-Con housing, so you slip them in, you lock them in, you just hold them tight like this, okay? You don't have to do motion controls, but when you're driving like this, okay? I want to see a beautiful bundle just in time for the holidays, Caribbean blue colored Joy-Cons, packaged with your Wave Race, okay? I want multiplayer. 8 people with their Switches all playing together, competing against each other in a race if they want to, okay? Riding the subway,
Don,
whatever they want.
I can smell the waves right now.
I'm so bloody excited for this game. I just can't wait for Nintendo to announce it. If nothing else, though, seriously, we'll get a little more virtual console details, hopefully, realistically, for E3. So, a re-release of the original Wave Race 64, that'll do for now. I'll buy it again.
Maybe if they test the waters.
There you go.
So to speak.
Just dip their toes in a bit, perhaps. That'll make us happy.
Ben Moore.
Michael Huber.
What is up? E3 is barreling down on Easy Allies like a runaway freight train.
Mm-hmm.
What is one game that you want to see, announced or otherwise, at E3?
There are a lot of games that I thought were based in reality that have a chance, but I said to myself, this is Huber syndrome. Yes. Let's go as ridiculous as we can.
Yes, thank you, man.
What would make my heart go aflutter is a game series that really meant a lot to me as a child. I remember it was my favorite video game store. It's called Cart Mart in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And
is it still there?
No, it's not there.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it got turned into a place called Video Game Depot, and it went downhill. They sold out. But for a brief period of time, it was legendary. And what they would do is they would have they had to use games, but they would have rare RPGs back. You couldn't access them. You had to get an attendant to get to the rare RPGs, and so it was off limits. And one of those,
is that why you love JRPGs so much now?
I think
because they were revered at Cart Mart?
Yeah, they had like this presence, and they had this art, and the cartridges felt heavier. Yes. Yeah, there was this significance to them. And one of those games that really caught my eye, I had a Genesis. It was my first console ever. Was Phantasy Star 4. And I remember just being blown away, the depth of the characters, how good it looked, the anime cutscenes, everything about it. And then, of course, I eventually went and played Phantasy Star 3 and 2 and 1 and ended up loving all of them. 2 might actually be my favorite, weirdly, even though 4 is like better. I still hum the town music to myself. And I've talked a lot about Phantasy Star Online. And years later, they still haven't brought it over to the West. They're probably never going to bring it over to the West. But what I thought would be awesome, I would just die, is if they said, we're bringing Phantasy Star Online 2 over, and as an extra apology, here is Phantasy Star 5. That's what I want. Yeah.
So who would be behind this? What is your dream scenario? You know, what press conference? Who comes out? What do we see? The return of Phantasy Star to the West. How does this go down in your eyes?
Okay, so we're gonna go all out.
Okay.
Because Sega's very sorry about their handling of Phantasy Star Online 2. And so we see it. So Microsoft is first, right? It goes Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. Is that the order?
Well, I was Bloodworth is nodding, yes.
I feel like I just kind of live it. I don't really.
Yep.
I get the order mixed up. But let's just say whoever is first. Microsoft is first. It gets announced there, and we're like, oh man, an Xbox exclusive. Wow, that's huge. That's a big get. They're finally getting this game. And then at the Sony conference, you see it, and they give different details. And then at Nintendo, they go, here's our special Switch version. It'll be great on the go. And so they hit all 3 of the major platform holders.
It ends all 3 of the conferences.
Yeah, it's the big reveal. Not very many people may be waiting for it necessarily, but they present it like the one you've been waiting for. Yeah, and then you hear it.
Phantasy Star. Daniel Bloodworth.
Hey.
How goes it?
I'm good.
E3 is approaching. You're already ironing out some schedules, doing what you do best, Blood, keeping us afloat, keeping us on track, easy ally, scheduling master. But what do you personally want to see at E3, Daniel Bloodworth?
Okay, there's a few different things.
A few, whoa.
But I'm going to go with a weird one. Because I'm going to go with a game that some people have already played. And if you've been following me and you've been following my streams for the past almost year now, I've been playing through the Earthbound games for the first time. So I started with Earthbound from the Super NES. I mean, it had come over here, originally, and one of those things that have been sitting on my backlog forever. Like, it came out on Virtual Console, and I bought it, and then I played, I don't know, like maybe an hour of it, and then it was like, okay, I've got to stream this game, or I'm never gonna finish it. And I loved it. It's like it's creative. It's got a lot of humor and like a lot of like kind of like inside adult jokes. It's got like jokes where like they address that this is a video game here and there.
Blood, you want to know what my favorite thing about you streaming this and playing these games? It's never too late. If you have a game in your backlog, it is never too late to finish it. Bloodworth doing it with Earthbound.
Yeah.
And Mother.
Tons of like crazy battle themes. Like, like most RPGs, especially back then, it's like you had the battle theme and then you had like 1 or 2 boss themes. Yeah. And like when I was playing through Earthbound, I was like, oh, there's a new one. Like, I'll be 20, 30 hours in it and get new music all of a sudden. I'm like, what? This is great. And so I played all the way through Earthbound, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to Earthbound Beginnings, the original Mother, which didn't come out here until like 2014 or something. Crazy. They kind of shadow dropped it at E3. It's like, here it is. We translated this back in the 90s, and then decided not to release it. So here it is. And so I'm almost done with the NES game. Yeah. So we need Mother 3.
We need it.
This is supposed to be the best game in the series. It's most creative.
And all we ever hear about is Earthbound.
The most most in depth and like crazy story, and attachment to characters and everything going on. And it was originally a game was gonna come out on the N64, and I saw those like N64 screenshots, and I'm like, oh, that game looks awesome. And then it fell apart, didn't work. But then like they came back together, picked up the pieces, and like released it as a GBA game, which it's completely different. But everything I've heard about that has been fantastic. And like Don was saying, we don't know anything about Virtual Console on the Switch, and so yeah, we need Mother 3 on the Switch, and we need it at E3.
Nintendo, help Bloodworth finish the trilogy. We're counting on you. Damiani,
Huber.
how goes it?
It's pretty well. How about you?
It goes real well. E3 is coming. It's the best time of the year, best time of my life. Damiani, one game you want to see at E3. Anything.
When I dream big.
Yes.
I pick the most ridiculous things that are possible in the hopes that one day it will come true. I've given a little bit up on Revengeance 2.
Never give
That's
up.
not. I've almost given up on that, but that's not what we're here to talk about. I got something even more insane. I believe it's within the realm of possibility, but nothing would make me more happy than seeing
really
the
nervous.
following thing happen
I'm
at
so
E3.
nervous right now.
Probably during the Sony press conference.
Okay.
So they tout, here's a union that you've been waiting to see.
I'm so nervous.
Get, and they just go, roll tape. Black. You see the Sega logo appear. You see the Capcom logo appear. You hear this narrator come on, just says, the Umbral Witch and the Son of Sparta
Yes.
reunited for the first time.
Oh my god.
And you just see the Platinum logo show up.
Johnny. Who do we see? Do we see them both at the same
You
time?
see them and they're fighting each other. You just see them. They do their entrances.
Which
They
Dante? Are we taught? We're in the timeline. Are we before 1, after 4?
No, we're gonna have to go with like around 4 era. It's
Okay.
gonna be a little older Dante.
Okay.
But still cracking the jokes. Still a little wise talker.
Yeah.
They just show up and like
Are they like battling swords, or are they like shooting?
no,
each
like
other?
they're just like they're just a little backstory, so they're showing their past exploits and stuff. So you see like some like reinterpreted scenes from Bayonetta 1 and 2, some reinterpreted scenes from probably the original Devil May Cry and probably 3 and 4, they'll ignore 2. And then they'll just like appear and like they'll say like some quip at each other. Dante will draw his sword, Bayonetta will draw the guns, and it's like they have like a little like witty remark to each other, and they charge, and then like when they're about to clash, then it says Platinum Games. So it's just a Sega and Capcom logo. When it makes that ching noise from the metal, it just like forms the Platinum logo. It just says coming soon. No title or anything. Just says coming
soon. And no one even like introduces the game.
Nope.
Nothing.
Just happens like that.
Oh my god.
That's the Capcom AAA title that's gonna sell 3 million copies right there. That's why Sega's putting all these Vanquish back on Steam. Bayonetta, it's like too big. We gotta dream big here.
If this happened, Damiani, the power would just go out of these eyes. The room would explode.
We'd register an earthquake.
Oh my god. Brandon Jones.
Yeah.
Let us get hyped, Jones. You know what I love, Brandon Jones? I love how much you love the art of a press conference.
Oh yeah.
The art of E3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do something a slightly different for you. It's basically the same thing. I want to just start you out in the press conference.
Okay.
You're in charge here
Right.
of showing your game.
At long last.
I want to know how you're going to do it. What game do you want to see? What dream do you want to see?
See, I was actually going to defy conventions because like I came in, I didn't really think about the announcement so much, which might seem weird. I was just trying to think of like the meat and potatoes of the game, but I thought of a whole different game when I was sitting over there, and it's less about how they announce it and more about like what the game is, because this game has already been announced. We have already seen this game, kind of, sorta.
and I'm frankly just tired of not hearing more about this game.
Oh god.
And I'm surprised, and I would not be surprised if we finish E3 and still don't have anything about this game.
I know what it is.
So here's what I'm gonna do for you, Huber. Okay. I'm gonna lay it all out right now.
All right.
I'm gonna do what Electronic Arts and the team behind this weird Star Wars shooter game that we don't know. I'll give you a plot. I'm gonna lay it all out for you right now.
Game.
I'm gonna lay it all out for you right now.
Okay.
This is the Amy Hennig Uncharted Star Wars game that we can assume, right? Yeah. We see a guy walking out. We see he's in some kind of like Mos Eisley, like desert planet, metropolis area. Here's your game.
Do you open the conference with this? Just boom, cue to
EA.
this?
Oh, you go, full straight demo.
Boom.
Yeah, it's 6 to 8 minute, the God of War play, basically,
Okay,
from last year. You just go directly into this. You get cutscenes, characters, action, big cliffhanger at the end. Little to no connection with any Star Wars characters you're already familiar with. We are going off the grid. Like, we are constantly meeting new people. We're throwing some crazy races in there, going to some planets you've never heard of. This does not connect to something. This is not fill in the gaps or, oh, I always wondered what happened on the planet. No, this is its entirely own story. If you want to put it before episode 8, fine. But you are a bounty hunter. You are a smuggler. This game is Uncharted backwards. You are not trying to get to the treasure. You get it in the beginning of the thing. So this is Han.
Sick.
This is Han before he dumps the cargo and gets the bounty put on him by
Yes,
Jabba.
Jones.
So you begin the game, and you bump into another smuggler of yours that's dying and hands you off this load. That you get into his ship. Oh my God, there's money in here. There's crazy relics. There's magical stuff I don't understand. And all these people are gunning for me. I got to get out of here. So the beginning, you jump right into it. Everybody's shooting at you. You get in the ship you don't know how to control. You're flying out. It's all ship combat and shooter combat. So it's like, has RPG vibes, but is not an RPG. You only control one character through the entire thing. And then the whole point of it's kind of like FTL. Like, you start at this one planet. You have to get this contraband, this cargo, to another destination. How you get there, what planets you choose to hit, and how you assemble your crew along the way, and possibly how you unload that cargo. So you might decide at the end of a mission, like, you know what, I don't care about that money, I'm not going to buy anything with it, that's fine. If that's going to make this one level easier to get through and try to, but you think of all the Easter eggs where people finish and they're like, there's actually a way to get to the end of that game with the entire haul and have all of it. But the main point is figuring out, why did this person die that gave me all this stuff? Why do I have to get it somewhere? And you basically just have this complete badass who just does not care about people's lives, does not care about shooting somebody in between the eyes if it's going to make sure they live another day, all of a sudden being saddled with this huge mystery. So it's not like, oh, I have a heart of gold all of a sudden. It's like, I just got to find out what is this stuff and what can I do with it and how does that fit in to the larger scope. So if you want to bump into like a friend of Leia, fine. But like, there's no like, oh no, here comes Boba Fett. It is all brand new stuff. It is them being like, we finally got a chance to make a Star Wars game, so we didn't want to like recreate characters or show Han in Battlefront, have him look all Uncanny Valley. We wanted to constantly introduce you to new things, but have it be a third-person hardcore action game, sonic grenades, laser shotguns, all that stuff. But the choice of picking who you go with and what you do with these supplies you're given at the beginning of the game. There it is. How hard was that, EA?
EA, you got a lot to live up to.
But
because that sounds
if we
so
finish
hype.
the end of the EA press conference, we still don't know what the plot is, and I just thought of one in 5 minutes.
Sophie, what are you hyped for at E3?
Dog bones.
Dog bones. All right, we're gonna bring
Okay.
a ton of dog
Yeah,
bones.
we'll have some dog bones for you.
I'll pass them out on the show floor. Kyle Bosman. E3's coming.
Mm-hmm.
The stress is coming with it. You're stressed.
I'm very stressed already.
I'm just teasing you.
No, I'm
Kyle, what is one game
Mm-hmm.
you want to see at E3 announced or otherwise?
Well, here's the weird. Huber, I'm last. We're shooting me last.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're editing this out of order.
No,
out of
straight
sequence.
shot.
Okay, so I was thinking like the games, my dreams. A lot of my dream games have already been announced.
I know, I'm with you.
Insomniac's making the Spider-Man game that it's in its own Spider-Man universe. That's a game I'm very excited. What they've shown so far is flashy, 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 flashy. I can't wait to just, and here we are. Here's Spider-Man in New York City and just like walking, clap, 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 just that.
Off a building.
Yep. That's what I want really bad. But it's there. Huber, I've always wanted a Mario game where he's bouncing around in his city. For some reason, they made that game. They made that.
No, what the heck?
So
Where are we right now?
I don't know where to go next.
Like, what?
But I think what happens is we got a big grassy field. And we're following across the grass. And I think we're hearing some music come up. Just a
Oh, I know where this is going.
and we're just going forward. And then boom! Donkey Kong flexing.
Yes.
And he's just eating bananas. And you get the idea this is like a 3D explorational game, right? Yeah. And so the camera comes around behind Donkey Kong, and then we're just like poof, poof, pounding the ground as we go. He just jumps, launches up into the air, and crashes through the barrier.
What?
And cement explodes. And you see Donkey Kong flying through the sky, and he lands. And where he is now is it's a research plant. They've been researching Donkey Kong.
What?
And it's just the words, it's just black, just smashed to black. Donkey Kong's Revenge.
Whoa, Kyle. So a super serious take.
Well, I mean, it's clearly still not super serious. We're having a good time.
That sounds serious.
I just want to smash people with Donkey Kong's fists. I want to smash the people with those fists, you know?
What have these people done? They've like experimented on him?
Yeah,
or like stole his bananas?
They took him away. Yeah, they were feeding him bananas.
Yeah.
They gave him all the bananas he could ever want, but they took away his freedom and his island.
They were planting the bananas on the island that he was eating, and there was something in the bananas that they were using for research.
So, like, I want there to be, like, codec calls you could have. Optional. Optional. So it's like... It's like, DK, did you know? They planted the bananas. It's true. You've been in this simulation for 18 years. Oh! It's like, you gotta come out just like... Just the motion, just the kinetic ferocity of Donkey Kong.
What I want even more than this game is for Miyamoto to come out deadly serious talking about this game.
Yeah. Look, I used to hate story. He comes with it just like his hands behind his back. I used to hate story. But now, pulls out a banana. I see the light. And just cue the
What is the font of Donkey Kong's Revenge?
So Donkey Kong, old arcade. The old arcade Donkey Kong.
Okay.
And then Revenge is just blood. There's blood red. Donkey Kong's Revenge. The target audience for this game is 45-year-olds.
It's rated M.
Yeah.
For mature.
It is rated M for mature, deep mature.
Oh, Kyle, I did not expect that.
Why not dream? You can't be asking for dreams. We'll see if this one comes true.
So that's it for the episode. That was the Allies E3 hopes, dreams, and some crazy ones in there. But that was it. We're going to be back here next week when I reveal the games that I am excited for about E3. And then the week after that will be all about you. It'll be about what you want to see. So I think in the next episode, post your comments and what you want to see, and I'll be keeping track of those and feature those on the episode. So that was it. We are Easy Allies. Find us at youtube.com/EasyAllies and Patreon, and I will see you next week.